What's going on, people? Thank you for tuning in to Spirits, Biker Shit, and Nonsense. This is episode number 13. We're just pushing along here. My name is JT Triplet, and I'm here with my very good friend and brother, Frank, the motherfucking Tank. You know all who he is.
What's happening, bro? Lucky number 13. That's what I'm talking
Hell
about.
yeah, dude.
It's going to be a good episode.
We got it here, dude. We got it here.
Heck
And
yeah, we're getting there.
we just got to, keep pushing, for doesn't matter if you got one viewer or 10. We're just going to keep doing this thing because we're having a good time doing
That's
it.
it. That's why we do it, because it's a good time and we get to talk some shit and have fun.
Hell yeah. So why don't you introduce who we have up in the studio today?
We have the Frost Man in the studio today, Mr. Frost.
What's going on?
What's going on, dude? How you been, Frost?
I've been good, man. Just working a lot.
So for those of you who don't know who Frost is, his name is Dan, but he goes by Frost. So that is his name, and so that's how we're gonna call him tonight.
That's it.
That is
So-
my God-given name as well.
I know, dude. You kind of got lucked out on that one, dude. For
That's good
sure,
stuff.
dude. So, hey, Frost, I know we usually do a shot before we start our show. So, tonight we're not really focused on the spirit side, but at the same time, we're gonna do a shot for all our military folks. So,
Perfect.
Frank, what are we doing tonight?
It's going to be a little bit more of a toast and a drink than a shot. So we're just drinking straight old Jack Daniels, the black label, old number 7. So our toasts and our shots are always to the men and women out there serving the military, whooping it on, fighting for our rights, and making it possible for us back home to do what we do. So to our men and women in the military, we salute you. Cheers.
Cheers.
I realized I done fucked up tonight. I didn't bring the shot glasses.
It's all right. We got drinks.
But we do have drinks. So, hey.
And there you go. So
Damn it. That's the second time I
it's
did
all
that.
right. We had a
Forgot our
toast. We had a
shit.
toast. We can toast anytime we want, bro. Here's another toast.
Very true.
To staying positive and testing negative. You know what I'm saying?
Well, shit, I'll drink to that one right now, dude.
How's that going for you?
Dude, hey, did I tell you about the date I recently had?
No, I would love to hear about it.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Oh yeah. It's fun.
I
Shit.
mean, Frank knows a little bit about it. So this happened just like 2 weeks ago, bro. So I hook up with this chick. We're at the bar and we're drinking, dude. So and I'm pacing myself. I'm not trying to get too fucking cray, right? So
Sure.
we have a few drinks at the place. It's still relatively early. I figured, you know what? Let's go to the other place, right? There's another spot I wanted to go. So I wanted to take her down to the station in Beaumont, dude. So, that's
the
close to my
spot.
house. Yeah, it's my spot. I just kind of want to be closer to home, whatever, right? So we have more drinks, and I notice she's getting a little tanked. No offense, Tank, okay? Honestly,
Whoa,
Right.
come on, man.
Hey.
He's here, bro.
no, honestly, dude, she was getting a little faded. So my thought process was I was done with this place. Like I was ready to go home, go to bed, and I'm fucking done, right? I'm thinking maybe we might get a little play action, whatever, right? So she's getting shit-faced. I'm ready to leave. I say, hey, you know what? Let's go back to my place. I'm only like fucking 3 minutes away. Let's get you sobered up. That was kind of the thought process, right?
Quote, sobered up.
Anywho. So we get to my place. The minute she walks into my house, bro, it was like 20 seconds in. She pukes all over my living room floor, bro. All over the fucking living room floor, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? So, I'm like, you know what? I'm like-
Sober up elsewhere, God damn it.
Oh, dude.
Now, was it like a little puke or was it like Exorcist projectile
No,
puke?
dude, because think about it. she'd been drinking, right, all night. We had dinner. So that initial puke was fucking everywhere, bro. It went fucking everywhere, man. And I'm like, fuck. So I sit her down at my kitchen table, and I immediately start cleaning the shit up, dude, because
What were you using to clean it up? You mop or
Oh, yeah.
Swiffer? Swiffer ain't gonna do that.
No,
Do
dude.
enough,
I had
you
to
know?
go. I had to resort to old school tactics and get full on mop, all that shit, dude. So it was kind of an inconvenience. So she pukes all over my floor. I got her at the kitchen table, and I'm just kind of like focused on getting the shit cleaned up. And at this point, I'm already irritated. Like, I want her to leave, right? So I'm working on this shit. Next thing I know, I see her like getting ready to throw up again. So I drop the mop. I go over to her, and I'm kind of leading her to the bathroom. As I'm leading her in there, I tell her, hey, don't puke in my fucking sink. Use the fucking toilet. Sure enough, we walk into the bathroom. She pukes all up in my fucking sink, bro. And I'm not talking just a little bit, bro. Like, she filled that thing up. It was, I don't know what the fuck this shit came from, bro. Puked all in the sink. And now I'm getting pissed. I lead her over to the fucking toilet. She misses the fucking toilet, bro. Pukes all on, like, on the toilet, on the floor. And I'm just,
3 for 3.
dude, I am fucking furious at this point, man. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I had this little roller chair. It's the same chair fucking Noso's sitting on. For those of you who don't know, we got our brother Noso in the house tonight. What's up, Noso? What's up, guys? Nice. You can't see him, but you can hear his sexy ass. So she's sitting on, so she goes to sit on this chair. And, you know, my bed sits kind of tall, so she's like, moves onto this chair, and then she's leaning down, like laying her head on my bed. And I'm just focused on cleaning this shit up, dude, because it's fucking terrible. It smells nasty. So I go in there, clean everything up. I go back to take the fucking mop back into the garage because at this point I'm finished, right? As I walk in, back to the house, back into the fucking living room, I see her running from my bedroom into the bathroom, holding her hands to her face with puke coming all out. And I'm like, this bitch just puked on my fucking bed. I'm going to be fucking pissed. I go in there. She didn't puke on the bed, but there's puke all over the fucking, my fucking bedroom floor now.
He's going to be so mad at me.
Dude, at this point, I'm fucking furious. I'm kind of starting to yell at her. I'm like, come on, dude. You're like 47-year-old chick. How the fuck are you puking all over the place? So,
Bro.
Wait. She told you her age?
well, yeah.
Crazy.
Hey, so no disrespect, but that's a whole lot of fucking puke. How big was this fucking
I
cow?
didn't want to say it, Tank. Thanks for asking, buddy.
You motherfuckers. She wasn't a big girl.
Where was it coming from,
Yeah,
bro?
dude, she wasn't a big girl.
So give us some
but you know, she was normal, like average.
Normal,
You know,
okay.
like, you know, she's nothing.
Average for
I mean,
like
she was just average,
a
dude.
football player or average
You
for like
motherfucker.
human beings?
Anyways, let me wrap this up, okay? Because it goes to the point where at this point I'm pissed. I just want her out of the fucking house, dude. So I'm picking up the puke, and she's got puke all over her fucking dress. I'm like, hey, you need to get the fuck out. I'm done with this shit. Get the fuck out of here. I get some water, and she won't leave. She won't leave the fucking house. So I get her boots, and I fucking open up my front door. I toss them out the front. I'm like, dude.
subtle.
Wow.
Hey, I'm like, dude. I'm like, you gotta go. This is some bullshit.
At least
dude.
you were a gentleman about it, bro.
I
At least
mean-
you didn't be like, fuck out of here, boot number 1. Fucking boot number 2.
Yeah, dude. I was just like, you know
Slam
what?
them downward.
Yeah, I just.
What's crazy?
So
bro,
what happened? Did she get GTFO or what?
well, yeah, she saw that I threw her fucking clothes, and she had like. a
So
little,
she
her
dumbly
phone.
followed them outside and
Oh,
then
yeah,
you just
totally.
locked the fucking door.
Oh yeah, but see, I'm not done here, bro.
Oh, my
So
bad.
here I'm thinking, okay, cool. She's out the door.
she
right?
couldn't get out your gate.
Exactly, bro. exactly. She couldn't get. You dude, my gate's kind of
I couldn't get in.
odd. Seriously, it's like a fucking compound. My house,
Oh,
right?
that's great.
So
Oh,
that's what
man.
I'm thinking. So I'm like, oh shit, she can't open the gate. And sure enough, I look at the fucking curtain. She can't get out of the gate. She's trying to figure it out. I'm like,
You didn't
fuck.
you didn't record her, did you?
I didn't record
Okay,
her, dog.
it's classy.
I didn't record her, bro. I didn't record her, but I was just like, it's time to go. You know what I'm saying?
I might have not been that classy. Just saying.
Well, that could
This might have been a that might
That
have
would have
been
been a
posted
post.
somewhere,
Yeah, that
right?
would have been on
Yeah.
my story for sure.
Well, I had lost my patience at that point, bro. Like she puked in almost every fucking room in my house, right? So I go back out there and she's stumbling on trying to get the fucking gate open. And I'm like, get the fuck out of the way. Get out of the way. Move. I open up the gate and she's like just standing there. I'm like, I kind of have to like coerce her out the gate. I'm like, okay, have a good night. I'm like, hey, go sleep in your car out in the front or something, dude. But I wasn't trying to be a dick, but dude, I had just had enough at that point, bro. And it was terrible. Terrible fucking day. So yeah, that's the joys of dating at 50
Yeah.
years old. That's
And bro,
what
you
I'm
have
dealing with.
a beautiful big front lawn when you come up to your house. Like it couldn't have happened right when she walked through your gate and she just decided to puke all over your grass, and that would have been just fine. But she waited until she came into your house and fucked your shit up.
She was Black Ops, bro. I sent her.
Yeah.
Paid her $500 to. No. You got to puke 6 times.
6 times.
Hey, I would have been fine with her puking in my yard. At least I wouldn't have had to fucking
Yeah, exactly.
clean
Yeah,
it
for
up.
sure.
You know,
what I'm
that's cool.
saying?
You fucking hose it off, you're done.
I
No
would have
big
been
deal.
mad though, because my dogs would have fucking ate all the puke.
Oh.
Well,
They would have been like, yum, 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 yum,
Yeah.
yum, yum.
well, you're not wrong there because of course Halo and Lily were like, oh, what's this? So I did have to like prevent them from, I had to send them outside because I didn't want them to get in, lick that shit up.
I have a serious question
Oh shit!
for you.
Oh shit! I want to hear. it. What you
Did Halo give consent to you to use her name to be on the show? I'm just
got?
on behalf of PETA. I'm asking.
Oh shit!
I'll take that as a no.
No,
Okay,
Mhm.
I'm just kidding.
I fucking love that girl, dude. My dogs are fucking awesome, dude. But yeah, terrible night, dude.
It happens.
By the
It
way,
happens.
I don't know. He was just talking about animals and stuff. Frost is a huge dog lover. He's got a couple dogs
Nice.
himself, some boxers. I know you just lost one of your babies that you had Hank for a long fucking time, dude.
Yep.
How old was he?
Almost 13.
Wow. Sorry for your loss, bro. I'm a
Yeah.
big dog guy too. Can't do cats,
Mm.
but dogs. I'm all about dogs.
Yeah, it was time, man. You gotta know when to let them go,
Yeah.
when they're suffering. So
Dude, that's
Tough.
it's the hardest thing ever, bro. Because you're like, man, this is like a family member. It's just fucking. I lost Nacho and Chiote within a time span of like 2 years, dude. It totally sucked. So, but anyways, let's move on from that topic because I don't want to be sad, So, for those of you who don't know, Frost is an amazing drummer. Aside from him doing it for a living, he does teach and he teaches kids how to play drums. It's a pretty cool thing to see because he throws on and I think you've seen it before, Frank, where he throws on these little I don't know what do you call them? They're like shows.
Drum extravaganza.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a recital, but you got to rebrand it. You got to call it. So I call it Drum Extravaganza, and everyone's
Yeah.
like, "What the hell is that all about?" And I'm just like, "Well, you gotta come to check it out." And until they do come to check it out, they don't really know what's going on. But when I was younger, a lot of the music stores through clinics and teaching seminars and stuff like that. And when I was, I used to play the violin, and so we would do boring old recitals. Get up on stage. It was super, super boring. So I didn't want to name it a recital. So we try to like jazz it up a little bit.
course.
You know, But
Yeah.
it's all marketing, and it's all like how you approach it. So if you're like, oh, we're gonna do a recital up here, you can play the song. You know,
Yeah.
you got to sell it, man.
Yep.
This is 2024.
And I bet the kids love it, dude.
they
I
do.
bet they absolutely love it. They're like, yeah, we're gonna be drumming. We're gonna
Well,
be rocking.
A lot of kids don't know if they're gonna love it or not, so you got to get the parents involved. And but then once they do it, they're like, oh, they understand being on stage and showing off in front of their friends, their family, their peers. It's a win-win all around. So I mean, they're the star of the show, so I'm just facilitating that. So it's a good time.
Dude, I remember being
Future
a
rock
kid.
stars.
Yep, I remember being a kid out in La Quinta, right? And me and my cousin, we played guitar together. And we came up with our two-man band at the time, right? And there was going to be a metal band, and we called it Metal Fire, right? And we wrote a song.
Sick, bro.
Sick, bro. Yeah. We called it Metal Fire, and we wrote a song called Metal Fire. And it was like, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, like simple shit, right? I don't know. I was like 12 years old, 11, 12 years old. So we found out one of our buddies down the street, his dad had a drum set, and he had been learning how to play drums a little bit, right? So for the,
The
longest, the kid.
Okay, because
The
like,
kid-
Dad
yeah.
can't be in the band.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
bro.
no. The dad played drums and had a set, and our buddy was learning,
That's how it starts.
right? So for the longest time, it was just me and my cousin just rocking out on our guitars, right? Just trying to come up with stuff. And then we found out this kid played drums a little bit. So we set up a day, we all go hang out in the garage, and we start playing together. And I don't know what it was, but as soon as the drums came in and meshed perfectly with our song, it's like everything changed. We literally stopped. We're like, that was fucking rad. You know what I'm saying? Because up until that point, it was just two guitars. But the drums fucking changed everything, bro.
And it probably
rhythm
it-
section,
It,
it's-
it probably wasn't that rad.
It wasn't, but for an
but,
11
you
and
know.
12-year-old, it was
No.
fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look at what 11 and 12-year-olds are doing. I mean, like, if it's rad to you, then you know
That's all that
it's all
matters.
relative
totally,
at the time,
totally.
man.
So,
Well, I asked about the dad because I had this one kid and they have a band and she's all stoked on it, and she shows me a video and it's like she's 14 and then her singer's like 15 and then it's some fucking 40-year-old dude, and I'm like, who's your bass player? You know, oh, that's well so and so's dad. Well, he's in the band until we find a guitar. So I'm like, okay, rad, all right, that's fine.
yeah. Yeah.
But I was like, something doesn't add up here. He used to be famous. He used to be in all these metal bands and stuff, and so he was filling in. So and that's sometimes what you got to do because personnel changes, and
Shit
hey,
happens,
being in a
dude.
band is rough. Being in a club is rough. You know, fucking being in a relationship is rough. Can I get a witness, JT?
What's that, dude? What's that? I don't fucking know, dude. Shit.
Well, however long the relationship is, I mean, you got to enjoy it while you can. Relationship could be one night. It could be 7 years. It could be 3 months. So you just got to enjoy it
It
while
could
you
be
can,
how
man.
long it takes for somebody to puke all over your house.
Where's the soundboard?
That's it. That is it.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy, dude.
Oh my god! So, how long did it take you to clean that up, though? Dude, it looked great in here. By the way,
Yeah.
for anyone wondering, I could have ate off the floor.
I don't know about that, dude. I actually did feel so in.
Smelled great as
on the
well when I came
scenario.
in here.
Yeah. Well, you gotta make it inviting. You know what I'm saying? So, But
I
hey,
do know.
I don't know if you know, Frank. I mean, I know you know a little bit, but I actually met Frost in a band, in Zeno.
Yeah.
So I had Zeno. and-
Vampire days.
Yeah, we
X-No.
Yeah, we
X-No.
spoke
X-No.
about it.
Hugs and kisses and hugs.
Yep. And we'd gone through like, I don't know, 4 drummers, and Frost had answered the ad, and dude, this guy came in.
Were you a vampire too, bro?
No.
No, I hadn't been bitten at
Got
the time.
No,
Got it.
no. Dude, honestly, but this motherfucker came in.
Team Edward came in, and I was like, "Oh, jeez."
I love it.
I live with roaches, about 10 of them. We now close friends, couldn't get rid of them. Let me see your feet, I'ma tickle them. I'm
Oh,
eating
shit.
red meat, sprinkled with cinnamon. I don't wear Timberlands, got the new
Cinnamon.
rubber duckies, I be killing them. She gave me her hand, I licked on her palm right, I'm a gentleman. My love is genuine.
Hey, we're still fucking around with sound, okay?
Cinnamon on red meat. What the-
Random.
He's just rhyming shit because that no one does that. Fucking in my latte, yes.
The
Tigers love pepper. They hate cinnamon. That's what it
hey,
reminded me of.
So, anyways, Frost was never really down with the whole vampire theme. Like when he came and auditioned for the band, he absolutely fucking blew our mind. It would been like the best drummer we'd ever fucking been on or seen. We weren't on. We weren't on you, bro.
They weren't on me.
we weren't on you, okay? But I'm just saying, he blew our mind. And I knew after like the first, like we gave him a bunch of songs to learn. Motherfucker knew all of them. And after the first song, I was like, oh yeah, I'm sold on this guy. Let's fucking do it, dude. So Frost brought a huge dynamic change to the band when he came on board. So that's how I met this guy. We've been friends ever since.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of. I was young and dumb and full of ideas about how to, better my position. And you're coming up and you're a musician. You don't really know. You're like, how do I get to the next level? How do I do this? And so I was like, well, you need to be in a fucking band. At the time. Nowadays, you could stream on Twitch. You could have a YouTube channel, however impossible it may be to go viral on that. But, back in the day, it was like you had to join a band to get notoriety. So I was like, oh, these guys are cool. And, we were having fun. And I had a lot of camaraderie with a lot of guys in the band, and it was really fun. I mean, being a musician, the lifestyle is pretty enviable,
For sure.
So, and then you're getting to do what you love, so that's pretty sweet. So, it seemed like a good place to make a home and forever how long. And yeah, we were jamming, man. That was fun.
It's awesome.
Dude, to tell you how different Frost was from, the whole vampire theme, our first show with Frost, of course, we're all vampired out, right? Frost comes out. He's got a white T-shirt on, but the logo on the front is Fat Albert. Fat Albert. It's like, I don't know, but it's like Fat Albert.
Yeah, I know what happened to that shit.
Yeah, and dude, we're all dressed in black, vampired out, and then this motherfucker comes out in a Fat Albert fucking tank top and shorts, bro. I was like, hey, he's the drummer. He can do that
That's
shit.
it.
Fuck it.
I remember that now. I
Oh,
didn't
dude.
remember that shit, but there's a picture somewhere of that.
Oh, dude, it was fucking great.
That's
but,
great.
But you know what? The motherfucker starts playing drums and
That's it.
everything else after that was like, okay, well, this guy's he's our guy. Dude.
Okay,
I
so maybe I had a few things to learn about fashion, but they worked with me, so I could slap them skins. That's for sure.
oh fuck yeah, dude! You took care of business. I mean, you made our songs way more aggressive, dude. It was a beautiful thing, bro. So
Trying to get paid, and I was trying to get, a little bit of that.
hey, you know what? It was a good matchup for the right time that it was.
Yeah, and
So-
it'd be remiss of me to not mention my late great friend Dean, who I had a camaraderie with,
Yes.
and we would do all sorts of before practice activities, during practice activities, and after practice activities together, and
Yes.
get together on the weekends and jam, and like-minded people push you to do better stuff, and so you need that in your life. And at one point we were like renting. I didn't have a place to jam in. we were like renting out. It was in Fullerton. I forget where it was, but some lockout, and it's like right by the train tracks. And we were renting that out every Saturday and getting together and jamming. And that's really like, you want to know how to get your sound together, get your shit together. You fucking get in that practice room and you just do it. And like, what was it? Metal Fire.
Metal Fire.
Yeah. So like,
Yep.
when I got my first band and we were in like my homie's garage and stuff, and like we're like, Dad, get out of here, Dad. It's not cool if you're in here. And then Dad, his dad would leave, and then like we would like come up with a song and like, where are the girls? Where are the chicks? They should be banging down the door right now.
Yeah,
You know what I
totally,
mean? You
dude.
totally think that that's what's
Yeah.
gonna happen, but no, dude. It was like years and years of tears and beers. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
And,
No, dude, I get it.
but it was fun. I
That's
look
it.
back, I like, dude, those were the salad days, man.
Hell yeah. And we were lucky because my dad was in a band, right? My dad had been playing guitar since like the 60s, 70s. And as I remember as like a 7-8-year-old kid driving around town down in the Coachella Valley and listening to my dad on the radio, on the local radio station, his band. They played Mexican music and stuff, but their practice spot was my garage. So all of the equipment was in my garage. So my cousin lived a block up the street from me. He'd come down with his guitar, and we're plugging into these badass Marshall amps, and we're just fucking rocking out, right? PV speakers and all kinds of shit. We had anything and everything we wanted to play. There was drums in there. There was keyboards in there. Obviously, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing with that, but we were just rocking
But it was
out.
fucking loud.
Oh, so loud, bro. And the neighbors didn't care because they were used to my dad's band practicing. And back then, I mean, it's not the same now when you move into a neighborhood. Not everybody knows everybody, right? Back then, back then, everybody knew everybody, right? You knew all the neighbors by first name. Everybody was cool, so they didn't care.
Yeah.
And we just jammed for hours, bro. And I know that we were probably annoying the shit out of them because we sucked, right, as kids trying to play. But hours and hours and hours of the exact same thing over and over and over just until we thought it was good enough to move on,
Well,
We're
that's
like-
how you get better, dude. You
Yeah.
got to do it over and over again, dude.
Yeah.
Were you guys little assholes, or did you at least close the garage door?
Oh, we had our closed. Everything was closed. Like my
Dude.
dad made sure that we had, we were as respectful as we could be.
Dude,
So.
when I moved into my neighborhood, they like saw me like offloading drums and stuff, and they're like, "Hey, bro, we're like from across the way, bro, and like here's our CD, bro, and like sometimes we jam, and like some of the older people in the neighborhood, bro, they don't like it, but like fuck them, you know what I'm saying, bro?" And so I was like, "Okay, sweet, man, cool, oh, yeah, jam, so don't worry about it." And so I was like, "Sweet," so we're like packing up shit, and then those motherfuckers with the door open and the amps pointed outward towards it was like I was like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? The shit was so
Yeah.
fucking loud. And then it was like 10:30 at night. We're like, oh, what the fuck? Like we're those old people. And we weren't. I'm like, what the fuck are these kids doing, man? But
Little
hey,
fucking
yeah,
assholes,
it's
dude.
just
Shit.
it's a matter of respect.
It's
dude.
what you do, man.
Yeah.
But that whole thing with like you knew all your neighbors, like there's some neighbors I've never met, and like you should at least know your like
Yeah, right.
next door neighbors or say what's up. So I think I know about maybe like 10 neighbors. I think I know about like 4 of them.
Gotcha. It's different times, bro.
It's different.
Different times.
Mm-hmm.
And then people nowadays move like it's fucking nothing. Back then I remember having the same neighbors for as long as I could remember. People just moved into a house and stayed. Now these neighborhoods, you move in and then fucking 2 years later, it's somebody else who lives there. A year later, it's another person. It's just non-fucking stop. So it's kind of hard to get to know these people.
For us, I got to ask you. This is kind of off, changing subjects real quick.
All right.
We had an episode recently where we were talking about some of close calls that we've had on the bike, as far as almost going down. You've been riding a long time.
Yeah.
So you have to have a story that you've had. I know you've had a close call here and there. I want to hear it.
I mean, well, coming home from Sturgis, there was that like 15 passenger that swiped us without looking over.
Yeah.
That fucking
sucked.
tightened my nuts up tighter than when I was fucking 12 years old. You know what I mean? But no,
that
there,
was a little frightening, yes.
well, there was this. I went down. I believe my my niece was born on the same day I went down, and I was coming back from my grandma's house, and I'm just splitting about 35, 40 miles an hour, and I'm like passing the I forget what the name of the dam is, but it says 100 years, and it's got the Liberty Bell on it, and some fucking 16-year-old driving a rental vehicle, first of all, which is a no-no. You know, not even looking, like she just came over and she hit me, and I went down and so so it wasn't a close call, it was a call, man. I went down and I tried to turn, and as many of you guys know, you can either brake or you can turn on a motorcycle. So I broke, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna hit this, and so I turned, and then I went down on my side. And I just remember trying to push myself off the bike towards the median, and so I did so. But I guess I had like some big windshield on it at the time, so like I jacked up my leg. But I woke up. I evidently passed out. I woke up on the side of the road, and luckily the bike didn't crush my leg and stuff. But yeah, I woke up and fucking. I guess it was like seconds later, and some big old Harley dude that I had said like what's up to as I passed him, I was like, the bitch in the fucking white Mazda hit me. He's like, all right, brother, I got you. So this dude fucking
Caught her?
yeah, he rode up, and then he got in
No
front of her and
shit.
said, you hit that motherfucker, you need to turn around. She's like, he hit me. I'm like, technically I did, but it's because you fucking pulled out in front of me.
Yeah.
And so well, we got that taken care of. But if that dude had not stopped, and that's another like another like bro thing, another camaraderie thing. Like I mean, I wasn't riding a Harley at the time, but that guy was, and that's what the culture's all about.
You were on a bike.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I remember when I got hit. Who was the first one who showed up?
I was on foot.
On foot. We were hanging out at a restaurant in Redlands, right? And I left early, and I'm like a block away. I get hit by some old dude in a car, and I call in. I'm like, "Hey, I just got hit. I just got in an accident." I think I called NOSL,
Yeah.
and then
Yep.
and I hear bikes starting up, and I'm sitting there on the side of the road, and I'm standing up and sitting down because you know when you have adrenaline pumping, you like don't know what to do, right? And you're like, I should sit down and relax, but I think I'm going to stand up because I don't want to, you know, I want to make sure I'm still okay to walk and shit like that. I had a broken hand, broken wrist. And I look over and I see Frost just in a full sprint.
Yeah.
And he's just coming right at me. And he's like, are you okay? I'm like, I think I'm good. I'm good. He's like, all right. I'm like, you ran over here?
I was ready to throw hands on a motherfucker,
bro. Dude. Yeah, so that was badass. So I thank you for that. Because it was like,
Cheers,
hey,
man.
cheers. Thank you for that.
Cheers.
It was like a relief. You know, I'm like, my homie's here. Everything's good now. You know what I'm saying? Because it just, cars are stopping and my bike's still on the fucking road. And
It's like
just,
first officer on scene
yeah,
was Frost.
Yeah,
That's
totally,
it.
dude. Totally.
So,
Well, to fill in the backstory for our viewers, we were at a place, we're hanging out, we had dinner, we were celebrating something, and No Soul comes up to me, he's like, "Fucking tank went down," and it was an immediate, like all hands on deck, like what the fuck's going on? Here's some ice, bro. If you want to put some ice in there. It literally was an all hands on deck for you, Tank.
well, I
So-
appreciate that.
But
I
and that's the
appreciate
thing.
it.
Like we didn't know how far it was. So
Yeah, seriously.
Like I
Well,
saw.
I heard the streets, and so
Yeah.
I was like, I know where that is. Go now. And so I'm running out of the fucking place. I ran out the back door, and so there was this fucking chick. There, and she had like some sort of fancy dog. Do you remember her? She was like some blonde girl, some basic blonde girl.
I don't
She had
remember.
some big dog, and she was all mad that we were there because we were getting all the looks because it's a bunch of bikers there, and she was just so mad because I'm sure she got all the attention with the cute dog, you know, and then and so like it's like they're like looking at us, and it's like I fucking bust out the door. I bust out the back. I'm like running. It's like
You were like the-
Naked Gun 33 and a half, where like you're running through the back door. Like all these people are like, hey, this motherfucker doesn't work here. This biker just. I went out there, and Preacher was like, hey, that was smart. so I ran out the fucking back door, and I was there. But yeah, But I just remember that chick. She was all the people were like, "Oh, fucking bikers running out, doing your thing." I could just think what they're thinking. But,
Yeah, dude.
I was going to help my friend.
That's it.
Those
You know,
dirty
That's it.
fucking
And
bikers.
I saw him
dude.
like fucking T1000.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
Fucking
we
awesome.
were just stoked it wasn't
Yeah,
worse
it wasn't
than it
worse.
was.
I know it could have been way
dude, that
worse.
could have
Yeah,
been-
I was freaked out.
Yeah, it was fucking scary, dude. It was scary.
Hey, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy was freaked
Yeah,
out.
totally.
That guy was freaked out. I thought he was totally messed up, but evidently he wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, they even said he had been drinking and driving. So I'm like, how
Yeah,
the
well,
fuck? How the fuck
They
did
did.
he
They did the
not-
test on him, and he came back clear. So that it is what it is on that. But either way,
He was older.
I still got hit, and it hurt, and it still
Yeah.
hurts.
It
'Cause
fucking.
I had pins, and I had all kinds of shit in my hand. And dude, when the weather changes and it gets cold, my bones ache, bro. I feel old. Like that wrist, it just stiffens up, and like it's hard to grip things, and it's just it did some damage.
Yeah, that
you
shit
know?
isn't even funny anymore now that
Yeah.
I'm old and have fucking.
It's no
hurts.
joke. Yeah. So, but again, thank you. I appreciate it.
That's what Tank was doing, dude. He was like,
Yeah.
my fucking hand, bro.
And then,
My
dude, I was
fucking
wearing,
hand, dude."
I wore this pinky ring, right?
Oh,
And this
I remember
pinky
that.
ring,
That was nasty.
yeah, this pinky ring, this was my dad's wedding ring, and my dad passed away, right? So this is like a very important ring to me. And I saw that my hand was swelling and my fingers were swelling. And I know that if it swells, too much, they have to cut it. And I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, I'm not going to let them cut my dad's ring.
Who popped that
So
off?
I did.
I
I
re-
did.
Oh.
And I'm like, hey, can you guys help me? And they're like, dude, just leave it. I'm like, I can't leave it. I'm sitting there going, "Ah," like, fucking Rocky.
Yeah.
Like when he gets, Rocky Rambo, when he had the fucking cut, he's like, "Ah." That's how I was out there. "Ah," and I popped this fucking thing off. I cut my finger. I peeled off some skin. It was horrible. But I'm like, I'm not letting them cut my dad's ring.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
sure enough, dude, my shit was all broken and it was all bad. They would have had to cut that.
You pulled Excalibur off that pinky, dude.
Yeah, bro. It sucked.
Yeah, I'm just glad you pulled through that. Like I said, most
Yep.
of us have gone down at some point, and it's never fun.
What's the
dude,
saying? It's
so-
not if, it's when. When you're on a bike,
Yeah.
so everybody's gonna go down. It's just,
Two types of riders: those who have been down, those who are going down.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
It
And,
happens.
and that means something different to different people.
yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Because some guys going down, it doesn't mean on a bike. But
This fucking.
I
dude.
promised someone give. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's the whiskey talking, Frost. It's the whiskey.
Hey-o.
Fucking Frost, dude. That's fucking funny.
It's and you guys know I still have a little bit of PTSD going down because turns. I fucking hate going on turns. I always slow down when I go on turns, dude. I don't know what it is, bro. It's just one of those things where I haven't, because I went down on a turn. I went down on a fucking turn. What do you do? So, hey, you can speak your mind, Frost.
Oh, fucking
You
dying.
can speak your mind,
I
bro.
did-
This
You did-
Jack
I don't think- I
Daniels
don't
is
think you realize-
delicious.
I don't think you realize what you said.
Oh, motherfuckers! Now
I make a harsh left turn. I'm like,
Oh yeah. Oopsie.
I see you guys are fucking perverts.
why was your
right now.
wiener out, sir? Another left turn. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Oh man.
Oh, that's
My-
great.
I'm
Fucking
sure.
Frost.
I'm sure Pebbles and my girlfriend are gonna listen to this and they're gonna expect a little.
Oh yeah.
There it is. There you go.
That's it.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Dude, you were doing that in just for the record, so you know, dude. We were in Sturgis, dude, and out of the blue, it'd just be like random occasion, and he would do.
Can I get
It would just fucking make us laugh like no other, dude. It's like out of the blue, it'd be total silence, and then he does.
That's great.
Yeah, I
Fucking
had
Frost, dude.
I had like my headset on because like I knew I was gonna be bored going through Wyoming on our way to Sturgis, and so I had the
Only
heads-
until we saw the Tatankas. And then, that
I
was
mean-
pretty fucking cool.
I like looking at Tatankas. No, but I was like practicing saying stuff, and I was just practicing my oh yeah, and I mean hours a day. I mean we were
He's
riding
not
eight,
kidding, bro.
8-9
He's
hours a
not
day.
kidding, dude.
and then and at a certain point, I knew I had enough pizzazz to bring it to the group,
It was perfected.
and I
ready.
tried it out, and I was like, yes. It's like they love me. They love me. Because when you're an entertainer, your job is to bring joy to people, or laughter, or
That's it.
or music, or so anything I can do to break up the monotony of a day or a tough trip. I'm
Fuck
like,
yeah.
I relish the opportunity. So
That's it, bro. And it comes in
I'm
all
a
different
court
forms.
jester,
Comes in oh yeah, or a Fat Albert T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
That's
do
what
that-
you
d-
do.
Tank, do that.
Looking.
Tank, do that again, bro.
No,
Come on, do it again.
I'll
Do
pass.
it again. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I breathe like that because I'm fat, not for any other fucking reason.
Hey, you know what? You know what I'm thinking? I think we need to get a sound dub with Frost doing that.
I'm there for
I'm
you
serious.
guys.
do it.
Hey,
I'm
do
serious.
you remember though when I was a kid, I had a fucking rotary phone, and for any of you
Old school.
Z's or Gen Zers or whatever, that shit. Look it up. I'm not gonna fucking educate you on it, but anyways, I had a rotary phone, and so me and my sister would call random numbers, and I didn't even know what the heavy breathing meant. You know what I mean? You're like fucking 9 years old. You're just all. And I'm just like, that was fun, but looking
Hold on.
back, how
Do
fucking
that
creepy
again.
was
Do
that?
that some more, Frost. Do it some more.
It's like,
Oh, yeah. Papita Magic.
Oh my
I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to do it again, and here I am. I'm
Dude.
disappointing my girlfriend. Much to Pebble's delight, though, he,
Oh,
So we're going to break a few more out here. Just give
That's
me,
good stuff.
give me some more JD. I'll be all right.
hey, speaking of Pebbles, where's that motherfucker been? He's like MIA. MIA.
No, he's doing the Lord's work. Doing the Lord's work. But soon, very soon, we will have our
Nice.
triumphant day. I'm really looking forward to
Nice.
that. It'll be
Oh
fun.
yeah, dude, that'll be. fun.
Congratulations to you guys.
Getting together
Getting
with
the band back
boys.
We're getting the
Mhm.
band back
Yeah,
together.
For
we're
sure, dude.
uniting the Tri-City area.
That's it.
So that'll be cool. But
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
everyone's just working, man. Fucking Harleys are expensive.
Mhm.
Really blessed to be able to afford such a hobby, So yeah, you just got to work all the days you can, and
I hear you, man.
especially looking forward to a couple 2-week trips. Gonna go to Yellowstone
Fuck
on
yeah, dude.
2025 and do the
Nice.
was it the Coming to the Sun Road in Montana, the Beartooth Highway, do Yellowstone. I want to do the Glacier National Park, and just I mean, you work hard, and so there's things in your life, your bucket list, and so I've achieved some of those things, but there's always more.
That's it.
It's like
That's it, bro.
my brother is like, well, so what are you gonna do when you're in? I'm like, well, ride.
Mhm.
And then he's like, well, what after that? What are you gonna do? It's like, ride some more.
Yeah, totally.
And then what do you mean? Like, well, Arizona Bike Week,
Mhm.
like fucking. I don't know. Just that's all. I don't know.
It's a stress relief, bro. There's nothing like being on the road on your bike and just letting things go, man. And there's been lots of times where I'm out there and I'm just having a shitty day or a shitty week or month or whatever it is, and I'm literally just screaming in my helmet, pissed off, just MFing everything that's gone wrong. And then after a little bit, I'm like, all right, it's out of my system. I feel better now. And I'm rolling, and nobody knows it but me.
Mhm.
Nobody heard it. No, nothing. The road heard it. It got left out on the road. And that's it. And that's where it stays. And you get to your next destination and just let's go have a cold beer and relax now. Life is good.
I mean, you're usually
know?
so tired by the time you get to your destination. There's,
Yeah.
you don't got any energy to be fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's good times, man.
That's why I say, if I had a choice between sex and getting on the bike, I will choose the bike every fucking time.
I don't. I disagree because have you there? Some of we have a private web page, and a lot of brothers are like posting pictures of like gorgeous women on bikes, and so you know the best of both worlds. Sometimes, you know, I'm just saying.
Well,
But I mean, there's
there's come on.
a time to ride, a time to have sex, a time to drink whiskey, a time to, you know what I mean? There's a time, dude. Like,
A time to puke.
fucking
Just not
John
in my
Lennon, bro.
house. Just not in my motherfucking house. Go puke wherever the fuck you want.
A time to leave
Shit.
your boots out the door. Let me open the gate for you.
He just wrote a hit on the spot.
Oh, fucking Frost, dude.
I stole that song. I can't take credit for that one. But,
Oh, I fucking love you, bro.
Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
yeah, man. There's and that's the thing. I'm
Oh,
getting
shit,
older, and like I don't want to perform as much anymore. And I have my outlets, but for me, what I'm doing right now is like training the next generation of musicians, because this is like a skill. It's like how boxing has maybe become like I don't want to say lesser of a sport, but less popular than MMA has. You know, so like people playing real instruments. I think it's important to preserve that and then to teach that. And I remember I think we were talking about venues and stuff, and I remember Showcase Theater in Corona. So anybody that's lived in the Inland Empire,
That was a great place, dude, for what it was.
I mean, it had a drum riser. I was like 4 feet above everyone else. It felt like a god. You know, I look back at the footage. I was like, well, maybe it wasn't so much of a god, but you know, you feel like one at the time.
Totally.
And I saw all these bands, and they were all doing their thing, and I would not have wanted to become a musician unless I had seen that happen. So you gotta like, you know, bring it to the people, and then like all those clinics and things that the local stores put on. I took it upon myself to kind of like, you know, do a recital so the kids get a little taste of performing, and you know, and then I have like quite a few students who are teaching now. I don't know full time, but I know they're teaching professionally. And they're doing work on the side, and so I know I've made an impact. But as I get older, it's like more important to like I believe invest in the next generations of drummers, and then man, if I get a little too into it, I think about maybe they'll teach someone else, and then that like you just continue that chain, and then who knows how far it goes, and you know. But that's the goal, man. Just to try to make a difference in my community,
And it makes a difference having a teacher that's walk the walk and talks the talk. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been there, you've done it, you've performed, you've rocked out in front of fucking big ass crowds and shit. And it's not like you're just like you learned it out of a book or some shit. You've lived the life, so you know exactly what to impart on these kids to teach them. This is what it's really like. This is what you need to learn if you want to be successful in this business. This is what you do. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I dropped out of college. You know, I was going to university, and I dropped out to pursue a musical opportunity that ultimately didn't pan out. And then, but I was always searching for that thing. So I knew either I was going to have my own business or I was going to be a musician. And at one point, I was like, you know, because I'm very tattooed, and so I can't get certain jobs. I mean, that may be changing nowadays, but I was like, well, you know, I'll just start bartending again. And then I got this opportunity for a job at Rockstars of Tomorrow, and that was about 9 years ago, I'll say. Shout out to Chuck and Mike. But I got this opportunity, and so I was literally going to go to this job interview to be a bartender. And I mean, hey, maybe I would have made more money, you know, or whatever. But ultimately now this was a great decision looking back. And at first I was like, oh, I'm going to play, and then I'm going to teach, and then it became like full-time teaching. And it was during COVID that I started like everyone was bored, and I was doing Zoom lessons. And so anyone knows that if you guys had to do any Zoom meetings,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Totally.
they fucking suck, right?
Mhm.
And so, I mean, it worked during COVID when I was doing lessons, but I knew that, my bread and butter is it's the in person, it's the, hey, you're doing this with your wrist. It's maybe like touching the wrist and moving it to be like, hey, you got to do this. But, anyways, everyone was bored as fuck, and we couldn't do anything. So I came up with the idea to have this drum show. And so they'd learn the song, and then we would record it. And so I set up like 30-minute like times for them to do it, and that became the first drum recital. But I was like, there was a lot of people that were just deathly afraid to be in the same room as someone else, but there was a 6-foot rule at the time, right?
Mhm.
And so I was like, well, we're in this big ass, because I was working the entire time during COVID. As soon as we could be back, I was back in the fucking studio, and that's why I believe that my drum business grew, because I was back. I was like, hey, we're 6 feet apart in the drum room. I'm wearing a mask, blah blah blah. So I was like, hey, we're gonna be in the big auditorium, and we could be 10 feet apart. Shit, we could be 20 feet apart. And so everyone got in there, and it was a blast, and everyone did great. And then, but what I saw was that every one of my students got better because it's like a deadline. Hey, turn in your TPS report by Saturday. I'm
Mhm,
gonna
totally.
need them TPS reports and can you come in on Saturday? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, we'll do another one, and then it kind of like snowballed, you could say, into I got a gig at Skyland Brewery. Shout out to Brad, and I was actually just there today.
Nice.
And Skyland put us on, and then it grew from there. And yeah, man. So it's like, I believe we're doing like the 12th one on June 15th, and then we have the other one, Lucky 13, will be on November 2nd. So I'm doing them 2 to 3 times a year.
Nice.
But all these kids practice more, and they care. And then, like, if I'm good, they're like, oh, well, Frosty's real good or whatever, but if they see other kids kicking ass, then they're like, well, that 5-year-old kid did it better than me. I got
gotta
to
step
try
it
hard.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not really like there's no contest. No one wins money.
But it's just an incentive for them. Like they
yeah.
see somebody, kicking ass. It's like anything else, man. If you're out there fucking skateboarding, these kids are skateboarding, they see somebody pull off a trick. Now it's like, I gotta
Yep.
land that. I gotta do it. So same shit.
It's that camaraderie, and you get people together, and I believe that it does make you better under the right circumstances. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like so yeah, that's been going good. And then I was doing it for the kids, and now I'm actually getting people who are telling me that, oh, you're like changing my kid's life, or you're helping them show off, and and I just know that I got confidence from music, and way more than sports did, because it's like, I don't know, and that's maybe the thing about certain other positions in the band. There's maybe some other positions in the band might get a bigger ego than some others. We won't say which ones, okay? But
I wonder what he's talking about.
but no, it does wonders for your confidence, and some people, it inflates their confidence to inflationary levels of 2024. If we're talking economically,
Are we talking about a set individual?
we're not.
we
No, we're
both
not.
know?
We're talking about. Well, we're not talking about the drummer, the fucking bass players. We're the goddamn bane of existence in the fucking musical community, man. But no. But the thing is like what it does for you in confidence. I just wanted to be able to like get a girlfriend and stuff. I didn't know how to go about that when I was 15 years old. There was no YouTube. When
Yeah.
I
But
was
you
growing up.
hopped on the fucking drums, and it wasn't that hard.
Yeah,
after
I was
that,
like, hey,
they-
I got a show. You like want to? I'm like punk rock. You want to come to the show, man? And it was like, yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, I do. And I was like,
I can get you backstage.
Jamie's coming to the show. Holy shit, what do I do?
Luckily, I had an older brother, so I was like, what do I do? And he was like, he had the worst fucking advice. He was just a dick.
He's like, you ever play bass?
He's like, just tell her,
You already know what to do.
ask her if she wants it in the pooper, and then give it to her. That was fucked up advice, but now I look back, like, and no, you think stupid. All right, so me and my brother sounded alike, right? So I had this,
Wait, because your brother's older than you, right?
yeah, 2 years,
Yeah,
but
that's what I
we
thought.
sound very similar and a lot of, so who would use that for nefarious purposes? Well, my brother, right? And so my girl called at that time in high school, and he said some fucked up shit to her. I don't.
Pretending it was
Yeah,
you.
it was me.
That's
I'm not gonna
fucked
go
up.
into it. I'm not gonna go into
Is
it.
that
but
an ass whooping right there? Did you give
no,
him an ass
no, I
whooping?
couldn't whip his ass. I was smaller than him at that time. But
So
No.
you either showed up to school and got slapped, or she was like
I was
completely
like,
all
I was
over
like-
you.
I was no.
One or the other.
I was like, why, dude? She's cold to me now. And then my brother told me that like 10 years later. Oh yeah, she called and I told her this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, you fucking asshole, man. but I
Damn.
love him so much. Looking back,
Yeah.
it's fucking
Ruined
hilarious.
your what could have been your first marriage.
Doubt it.
Well, hey, that's
Doubt
what,
it. I wasn't
that's
looking
what
to
big
settle
brothers
down.
Are for, dude. Big brothers are there to fuck with us, dude. So
I mean, he ultimately helped me elevate to the higher form of self.
Nice.
So, shout out to my bro.
well, I love the fact that you're teaching kids, bro. I mean, that right there to me is amazing because you know, I've been doing music a long time. I recently retired last year, and I don't have the option to teach kids. Like, I'm just not talented enough, and I don't know I don't have the know-how to teach kids how to sing, right? But the fact that you're able to do it is a beautiful thing. And not only that, playing, the fact that you and I have been in a band together before, I know the caliber that you were at. So the fact that these kids are actually learning from you, it's pretty freaking rad. Because I mean, I can see those kids looking up to you. I've been to your shindigs before. I've seen you in your element, and those kids are just like awestruck by you. So it's a pretty cool thing to see, man. So you're doing a great service for the community, I think.
And the one thing that I do tell the kids, I don't make it like a fairy tale. I tell them about, all the bullshit I had to go through and the girls that got dumped by,
Oh, yeah.
because you're just, oh, you're nothing again without that record deal, or you know what I mean. There's all these perceptions and stuff, and I just tell them how it is, and it's really a truly brutal industry. But what I like about teaching the drums is that it's all on me. So if I'm good to these people, and everyone knows I'm a good person, and I mean, of course, I have a filthy mouth, and I have
Get the fuck out.
wicked sense of humor sometimes, but I don't bring it around the kids.
Of course.
So if they're watching this shit, I mean, fucking, this isn't the worst shit you fucking seen, all right? This is, you put on YouTube, like, it's like Kids Safe. Like, my kid was like 12, and it's like, he's watching this guy, and his name is Liza Bame, and he's like, fucking, buddy, and it's like, he's like making, I was like, this is not fucking Kids Safe shit. So I think I'm okay here, whatever. But
Your
but-
secret is safe with us, bro.
yeah, but
on YouTube, you'll be good. You're good. It's only on YouTube.
But I mean, you got to be able to just separate that. You know what I mean? You separate the professional and they know that we're adults outside of here. So
For
Yeah,
sure.
and not only that though, bro, but rock and roll is always on the edge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're gonna be teaching these kids fucking rock and roll and how to be drummers, and these kids are coming in, some of them, obviously not all, some just they want to learn an instrument, they want to learn how to play music, and that's absolutely cool, right? But some are like rock, and
Totally.
dude,
They're
that's
like,
what
who-
I'm saying. The fact that you've lived it,
yeah.
it's they're like he's real.
Well, they're like,
My teacher's real.
they're like, why did you get? Do those tattoos come off? I'm
Yeah.
like, no, sir. They're like, why'd you do that to yourself? And I can't be like real with them. I'm like, well, because they look cool, sir. You know, I'm not gonna tell them really what it's all about. They're like,
Kids.
you wait a minute, you ride a Harley Davidson? Kids are in awe. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But I tell them, I'm like, I got to the point with teaching because it's all based on me to just be a good person and like do a good job. But because I was at this gig and we're playing a winery and it's I forget what it was called, but I mean beautiful backdrop. I'm getting paid $120 for like 3-4 hours work. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and it's okay, but I was like, how many of these gigs would I have to do?
Yeah.
50 gigs a month to get what I want to earn and shit. And I was like, maybe I should start teaching. And so I got serious about it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like even in my best gig with some of the cover bands, you know, I'm making like 250, 350 a gig. And, you know, I've had some chances to be with some bigger bands and, you know, you're making close to like $1,000 per show. But even then, like how many shows I got to do 6 shows a month? Well, what if I only do 4 shows a month?
Yeah.
And then when you're in airport, you know, beers are like $12 and, you know, luckily all your rooms are paid for. I mean, I've had like jacuzzi rooms and I've had drum techs. I've had like 2 dudes setting up the drum kits for me, and it's
That's
totally
always nice.
totally
yeah.
surreal, you know. But it's like you get back to reality, you get off tour, and then it's like, oh, well, you're not making any money. So it was like, it just seems more likely that I'm going to get dumped by a bigger artist, and they'll get some other guy. But if I teach, then I can keep that. I'm just like, I'm thinking long term. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to stack my ducks in a row,
Absolutely.
and I was like, So, I mean, if you
There's
can get
always going to be the next generation of drummers, dude.
yeah,
And they're going to need people to guide them and teach them and show them what it's all about. And that's where you're at, bro.
I mean,
You're the sensei of drumming.
yeah, and eventually I'd like to do a bigger gig. If you know, when a bigger gig comes my way, I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna take some time off. But you know, the kid ain't out of high school yet, and so I want to just handle those family things and do that. I mean, because honestly, like a lot of the stuff too, being on tour, you're like running away from your problems, because that's why a lot of people get in trouble. Because like it's literally like adult summer camp. Do whatever the fuck you want, you know. And kids are like, "Whoa, that sounds amazing." But I mean, you know, too much of a good thing is just like way too much
Oh,
of a
yeah,
good thing.
totally.
Yeah.
So it was just like, and that let's bring it back to COVID. I mean, I hate to go back there, you know, but over COVID times, I was like hanging out with my family and like connecting with my mom and my dad, and I was like, you know what? I think this might be a little better than just being out on the road and being
For
all
sure.
crazy. And so, and I know I'm getting older and shit, but I mean, hey, when you're younger, enjoy that, man. And I think about those times, and I just uncovered my my treasure trove of tour footage from 2000 to 2006 when we were
Nice.
on tour, and so there's gonna be some fun stuff coming out on YouTube. I was in this band called Same Way Again, but I'm looking forward to like releasing some of that like crazy stuff. I got to go through it though,
Yeah, you
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
you gotta make sure.
because yeah, no, the world doesn't need to see everything. We're
Mhm.
editing this.
Exactly.
Still in high school.
Yeah, I was pretty.
Damn, no soul shit.
I was pretty embarrassed with the way I was acting, but if we were talking about those younger kids like we did earlier, it's like,
So you got to review the footage and then go check to see what the statute of limitation is. Okay, that's good. I'm good there.
no, none of that. Just but the thing, I was like looking through that footage, and we were in Gilroy. You know what that is? The garlic capital of California, right? And we were playing at this old, I don't remember what it was, but it was this old theater, I guess, and like packed, hundreds of people. Right, we're on tour. It's the dream, man, and we're selling like so much merchandise. Like we were making bank back then. Like if you made $600-800 back a night back in, you know, the early
Yeah.
2000s, you were just banking money, you know. And we were doing that show, and it was the homies band. And back then, having a camcorder like that was kind of crazy. It wasn't like everyone had a phone. No one had a phone in the audience. Everyone was like just
Glued.
the attention
Just
span was like
Enjoying it.
pew, like
Yep.
laser beams. And so that to me, like it's never going to be like that again. You know, like as far as like an artist
Totally.
getting that. But that's why a lot of I mean, even the drummers, we like that attention, and that's was one of the things that I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like my parents always said, "Oh, you like the bad attention." I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. Give it to me." You know, so but that was crazy, man. Look at it. There was not a cell phone in the audience, and everyone was just super dialed in. And some of these kids are like that, and some of them aren't. But all the health benefits, you know, and like being disciplined just to even like pay attention for an entire song. Because I mean, even if I play "Sunflower" by Post Malone, that shit's like 2 minutes 13 seconds.
Yeah.
Some kids are like looking all around. They can't even focus for 2 minutes, fucking 13 seconds, man. So, but over time they learn
Oh,
to
yeah.
do it. So, I mean, it's not for everyone, but you know, I'm doing what I can, and I'm making an alright living. So
That's good, man.
Can't
I'm
complain.
happy for you, bro. Happy
Can't
for you.
complain.
Yeah. That's really what it's all about, having a good time. And you're teaching our youth, bro.
Cheers, guys.
Hold on one
Oh, wait a
second.
minute.
Let me pour a little bit more. Hold on. I'm running dry.
Frank's running dry, but
Freaking Frank, dude.
I mean, I'm just glad to be here another day. You know, I'm sure a lot of us have been through some crazy shit. So,
Cheers, bro.
cheers to more beers.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good shit. Well, I tell you what, man, we really appreciate you, coming out here tonight and hanging out with us and just shooting the shit. That's really kind of what we're about. And absolutely love you. Known you a long motherfucking time, and we're gonna keep going, dude, and have many more rides ahead of us.
That's all you can
Absolutely.
do. You just got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
So if you got any shout outs, brother, throw them out there. Let the people
Yes.
know what you got going on.
Yes.
You know, I got a few openings at Rockstars of Tomorrow in Norco. Got my drum extravaganza June 15th, November 2nd. You can check in with me at Frosty Drum Nerd on Instagram. That's pretty much all I do. I don't really have the patience to do all that, no TikTok stuff. I'm too old, I think. And honestly, I don't really care if I'm famous. So I'm just trying to do a good job with what I do. And I really love the drums. I believe that if you're teaching an instrument, if you don't love it, you need to fucking quit your job and quit like influencing kids badly. So you need to enjoy what you do
Yes.
and do it and be happy about it. Otherwise, I've had so many garbage teachers. You guys just need to go get another job because I'm definitely not doing this for the money.
Totally.
I'm going to do this for a certain amount of time, and then I'm probably going to move to Montana or somewhere else, wherever my wonderful lady wants to move, actually.
There you
I,
go.
Oh,
I
you just-
misspoke.
You
so.
just scored some cool points with Gloria,
But
dude,
yeah,
for sure.
someday I'm going to move out into the goddamn woods and disappear. But while I'm here, I'm going to do what I can. And shouts out to my boys.
Yeah.
Frank, JT, No Soul, all the other people that know what's up. So I guess that's about it, man. My family and all those that mess with me and take drum lessons or have take drum lessons. Appreciate you.
Nice. Well, thank
Well-
you so much for coming out, man. It's awesome. And episode 13 in the books, bro.
Yep.
That's what
Hey,
I'm talking about. Great show, man.
I just want to say, Frost, I love you to death. Appreciate you being out here and doing this with us. You know, we're just starting this thing, and we're having a good time doing it. And you're helping our cause, and we're gonna keep our friendship and relationship going. And another
Absolutely.
Here's
another
to many
20
more.
years, bro.
And here's
Another
to
20
Frost.
years.
Making the rock stars of the future, bro.
Bam.
Cheers.
Hoorah.
Cheers.
Hey, Tank, do you have anything else you want to?
No, I'm good, man.
say?
This was awesome. It was great hanging out with my brothers, man, and sharing some laughs and talking some shit and just having
Good
a good
shit.
time. And
Well,
worked out perfect.
Yeah, it worked out great, man. And again, we appreciate you coming out. For all our viewers tuning in, we thank you very much for tuning in every week and listening to our dumbasses. We're just having a good time doing this, and hopefully we'll keep pushing out content, and you guys keep coming back. So, with that being said, thanks for tuning in. Peace out.